What's up, everybody? We are live on Paranormal Mysteries, LEP Productions YouTube page with the one and only Santiago Cirilo.
Hey, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. It is Palm Sunday, but we call it Paranormal Sunday. Let's just call it what it is. We're going to talk to the dead people. Could it be a coincidence? I think not. Here we go. It's an honor to be here as your guest.
It's damn thrilling to have you. It really is. I've wanted to talk to you on one of these shows for a long time. I mean, I've been stalking you long enough. I figured at least one of these days I get to talk to you.
It took a virus to get in touch, and Fish hooked me in. Let me tell you, I feel fantastic.
Well, you've been busier than a one-legged man in the butt kicking contest here lately, between filming and everything else that you do, and then you had a little health issues there for a little bit and stuff. But you're a hard man to catch.
Dude, I try to stay busy. I'm a 1099er. So I got to continue to, maybe sell Twinkies in the corner. I don't know. I'm just going to do anything I can possibly at this time. Let me tell you. I mean, I'll say, I could throw a good Twinkie about 40 yards, about 60, 6 feet. Could catch it, just, throw me a sack of money.
Sell Twinkies in the corner. I'm thinking of Zombieland. I'm like, wasn't he in some other zombie show?
I think he was in the zombie show.
Let me see. What zombie show? We don't say zombies.
I'm sorry, walkers.
And it ain't Texas Walker Chuck Norris type, let me tell you.
Speaking of raising money, you're doing a raffle. Can you tell everybody about the raffle that you're doing?
I am doing a raffle. You guys know I do a Hiya Nation anti-bullying and a whole bunch of great stuff for fighting negativity, like my shirt for negativity will not break me kind of deal. And I do hats and stuff. But I have these action figures that I'm doing a raffle. Dun, 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 a Santiago Cirilo doll and a dun, 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 kind of Julio doll. Ta-da. I'm working with this company and trying to do action figures to help, get involved with the whole anti-bullying thing and that also to pay, and it's an independent company to help them pay their work for the action figures. At the same time, we're going to organize a tour to different places that need money and donate money for them, man. Donate to help anti-bullying movements more and help these schools to promote it more.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. How can they do, because you're doing raffles for those
yeah, man, I do raffles, and you could go into my PayPal account and put $3 in, and on the message, leave your mailing address or contact information. It's Santiago Cirilo at yahoo.com if you want to search through email, or Cirilo7 Entertainment. $3. Awesome. That's less than what you do when you walk into Walmart. Once you hit the video bucket right there in front after the greeter, you're done. You're probably about $10, $15 in.
10 or 15 bucks. If I could ever get out of Walmart in 10 or 15 bucks, I think life was good.
Right. Let's talk Hiya Nation. A lot of people may know, some people may not. Tell everybody about Hiya Nation.
Hiya Nation is a anti-bullying, anti-negativity, and anti-suicide kind of deal. We call ourselves the Hiya Nation. Simple things, and get much later into it. But I was involved in I tried to kill myself about 5 times, and through bullying, through depression. At the same time, I lost my best friend and military brother about less than a week after my mom passed away from cancer. And I went through a dark place and so forth, and pretty much went out to the earth, man, out in the land, and just, said, pretty much, Lord, take this pain away, or I'm going to take it away. Instead of hallelujah, amen, praise the Lord, I said Hiya. And at that moment, I had the power of everything, man. It just felt amazing. I felt new. I felt more stronger. And I needed everybody to know about it and feel it, man. And I like to promote it to help from young kids to adults to believe in themselves, follow their dreams, Do not feel neglected. Help with depression. Help with all this bullying. And people who have gifts to show their gifts more, man.
Yeah, man, that's some good shit there.
Yeah, man. Every time I walk in the room, I go, "Hiya!" And when you yell it, "Hiya!" and all of a sudden everybody's got good smiles and feel great, man. It's a power yell, man, of conquer. There it is, the Hiya Nation hat, baby.
There it is. Where I know you're still doing these. Where can people get your hats and your shirts,
man,
and all that?
Just
stuff,
holler at me through social media. I what I do is I create them myself. I mean, I don't go to any company or anything. I create them myself. I could do your name in graffiti. I could do designs like this, and a lot of good things I put in there. Stop bullying. Little private messages on them. I sign them personally. It's my artwork. I gotta sign it. It's my Van Gogh. So, so yeah, man, they're $15, man. And what I do is what people don't know is a lot of the stuff that I do. Yeah, it comes mostly out of my pocket, but at the same time, I give a lot of these hats and shirts underground. You know, I don't like promoting it, but I give them for free, man. People tell me their stories, and some people can't afford a shirt or a hat, so I give them out for free and try to help and promote the Hiya Nation.
I know you were doing a kick-ass job on making one there. Last time I got to see you in person, we was at Paranormal Toledo last year. You were doing a couple of them, sitting there drawing them out by hand and everything. Man, it looked sharp. They did. I should have got one that day, and I don't know. I got tied up with that crazy Bodine the Bigfoot and chasing him around the building. I kind of lost track of what happened there, man.
That's good, man. That's good. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Sometimes I do them right in front of people so they know it's from the heart. And it brings in people. What's this Hiya mean? And then I explain to them, and then they see just not the artwork. They see great motivational, piece of art that helps them carry. Say, hey, I'm gonna wear this. Hey, if you win the lottery wearing a Hiya Nation, hat, gotta give me some of that money.
That's right. You got to donate somewhere, right?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
I just put a link in there to where you had a link on your Facebook page about your birthday on April 25th. Raffle had been pushed up to April. I'm raffling off signed auction figures, $3 through PayPal, Santiago or Cirilo 7 Entertainment, or email Santiago Cirilo at yahoo.com. I put a link to that in the chat room so everybody can see that. If you're interested in getting some of these action figures or donating the $3 or whatever to help him out, click those links, go get those information, and go help out now. I mean,
yeah.
When the show's over, then you go.
Right.
Yeah, that sounded like you just sold me a car. I mean,
right. Yeah. He does that a lot.
I can be professional. I've been doing this for about 7.5 years now. I can't be professional. I don't like it, but I can be. It sucks, but I can do it.
I love it. Love it.
So a lot of people know you from the movies, the TV shows, all that stuff, but I don't think a lot of people know about your about what you do with the paranormal. I believe you said you're like a paranormal magnet.
I got a paranormal stalker.
You got a stalker?
I am. What I have powers that were blessed from high above towards me to experience the dead, the afterlife. Yeah, see, I could do voiceovers all day, but act now. No,
Hi now.
What is when I was at a very young age, man. I was born in '73, and through my life,
you're young. You're a youngin. Yeah, you're a youngin.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a blessing coming from you. We'll talk later about our hot date.
I was born in '73 too, man. So we're young.
Oh,
we're still young.
See, so you feel it. You feel it.
That's right.
But
That's right.
We'll just cut the age limits off right there, boys.
That's right. He's already got his AARP card, so he's good.
And your point?
So
I like going to dinner with you, bro. That's all.
And that portion was brought to you by the Hiya Nation, ladies and gentlemen.
We are not sponsored by AAA.
Right.
Oh, God. Go back to talk about Santiago's wonderful talents of investigating, which we haven't got to investigate with him yet.
Yeah, man. At a very young age as a kid, man, I had a lot of depression in my life, um, and personal things with my family and so forth. And I was pretty much a loner, you know. And during that time, I got to experience a lot of things that, from starting from having real different kind of goosebumps in certain areas to hearing voices to um, seeing shadows, having like almost like dreams kind of deal where you're where you're at one place and you black out and then you like it's almost like a daydream where you shake it off, but you know it's sometimes you end up in not the spot that you blacked out on. You know, feels like you were moved or you moved somewhere. There's a lot of things that I experienced when I was a kid and teenager, you know, and those are the things that I kept a lot to myself, because coming from a Christian home and raised in that way, and also during that times, man, you talk about, hey, man, I seen a ghost. What? You're crazy. Lock him up. Put 15 pills in him, you know, kind of deal. And it was a crazy kind of experience that I had to go through in my life. But the great thing is being in the entertainment industry, I got to introduce to like Keith Age and a lot of these paranormal investigators and hunters and mediums and so forth. And I got to tell a few to my story, and they invited me into a lot of these haunting and investigations. And man, the experience that I brought out there with my positive energy was unbelievable. It was almost it's unheard of, or and you know, and what I did is. I felt the vibe that I needed to go, and from there, I did what I can to make sure that I wasn't crazy. One, um, number two is that I wanted to make sure this was not a fraud kind of fraudulent things because a lot of people out there, you know, in this investigation in this paranormal world, man, people try to market themselves to make a bigger buck. You know, and same thing like small companies, and I wanted to make sure that this was right. You know, and well, I went through a lot of these haunted facilities, man, and you want to talk about seeing videos of me with little girl following me around to going into hospitals, old abandoned hospitals, and in the voice box, hearing a whole ER session where the ambulance coming in, people being paged, doctors being paged, people being registered in the hospital to people getting thrown, scratches. In different facilities, to the point where I passed out from orbs. It looked like it lit a whole room of orbs shooting through me. I went to a room where they had grids set up and cameras, and it filled the whole. You couldn't even see the grids. It filled the room full of spirits. I had, I mean, so much things where lights were flickering on and off, and there was no electricity and no light bulbs. Um, Water running that has never been ran in over 30, 40 years, uh, voices, conversations. I could go on and on and on. You know, filming Rosalie movie in Poasttown Elementary School. Um, I slept in there. I slept in the school while we were filming. During that time, the owner of the facility got attacked. People couldn't sleep because they were being bothered through noises and so forth. Some people had to sleep in the trailer outside. The makeup artist got attacked and found a hotel about an hour away from filming. I stayed there on and off for over a month, and the owner came to me and was one day was like, "Man, you didn't hear all that?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Man, I have a whole school session recorded above you. You know, sneakers. You hear sneakers, bell ringing. You know, teachers announcements and so forth." I was like, "No." You know, so when I go to these places, not only do I promote these haunted facilities because they're hard to keep up, man. It costs money. I always tell people go to these hauntings if you want to check out the real deal. At the same time, I have all these investigators and people involved to keep their material. I don't go in there with a camera or a full set. I keep these people that be witnesses and to know that I'm not a fraud about it. That I attract things that just is unexplainable. You know, some people have been in these places over 30 years, you know, doing hunting and everything, and they still like, what is, how do you bring that energy in here? You know, and it's always positive energy. It's always positive. So You know, you used to the stories of people being attacked and so forth. Around me, more of the positive, more of the truth, more of the story, more of the confirmation of all the rumors and legends get answered. And so you guys, you know, check me out.
With that being said, we would love to investigate you because that's exactly the style that we do. If you watch any of our 2 episodes that are out now, we don't ever have any of the negative stuff. We've never had any. 9 years I've been doing this, I've never had anything negative yet. Not one time. And talking about Post Town, me and my wife lived in it for almost 5 years, so I understand that place quite well.
Nice, nice. And you know like when you're like me, man, we goof around, we have fun, we keep all that positive vibe, you know, through these conventions, these places that we go through to show and prove, you know, our stories and so forth. And you always have that positive vibe, and that's what I tell a lot of people, man. If you go into these places, you know, because they some of these places want to market and need that money to fix things up and keep it running. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there trying to take advantage of it, you know. And when I
Oh,
say you need to go to these places, you need to investigate them. You need to market and know the marketing that they're pushing. At the same time, don't show up drunk, don't show up high, don't show up crazy mindset, don't show up to the point that you're there to get scared. You know, if you throw a positive vibe in there, you throw that positive energy, and you go there as a investigator, as a hunter, as a medium, and so forth, and want and know the truth, want to know the legends being answered, and want to know the history of the place, then you should go. But if you're going there for a scare or a quick thrill, I mean, that's not what you're gonna get. You know, you're just gonna be spending your money and thinking it's a haunted house attraction, and it's not. This is literally a professional deal here that a lot of these people do.
Yeah, we refer to it as and I start calling it the Monster Inc. theory, like that movie.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
mean, that's how childish my mind went with it because I love that movie. But at the end of it, they had more energy and more responses from the laughter than they ever did all the scared. And that's pretty much the same principle that we use when we investigate. We put a lot of energy into it. Our personalities, our positive energy. We get quite serious. Don't get me wrong. And if things wants to get on the darker side, we step up to that level and we meet it with
right.
its own energy. But we tend to stay very upbeat and very positive, and we have tons of more reaction, I think, than what we would ever get looking for negative stuff. Because majority of people are good in the world, so why wouldn't the majority of spirits be good?
Right, exactly, and that's the thing I do. When I go to these places, I go by myself, and I go before I step on the when I step on the property. I ask for permission. I ask, you know, say I'm here for respect. I'm not here to throw any negative vibes, or when I yell "Hiya" and just to prove my theory, man. And pretty much, you know, go in there in a professional manner, not to go in there and try to call out spirits in an angry way or trying to prove something. If you're real, push this button or whatever, you know. I go in there and I just follow the smooth things, man, and things just start happening around me. People's equipment start going crazy. There's times when people were having their equipment and they were putting it out to plug it in or unplug it or whatever, and it went off like crazy in 15, 20 seconds. You know, I'm telling you, man, the deal is you got to be very professional to get the positive vibe and the positive outlook in a lot of these places.
I agree.
But you carry yourself with positive energy, man. Everywhere you go, every time you meet somebody, every time you do your lives, anytime somebody meets you at a convention, anytime you're doing stuff like that, you always carry yourself with positive energy, man, and just really good stuff out there. And that's one thing that I completely respect about you, man, is you know, just the way you carry yourself, the way you interact with people, the way you interact with everybody. I applaud you 100%, man. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to know you, man. It really is.
And I appreciate that, man. Like I said, man, I love human beings, man. I think one of the big reasons that I had this kind of supernatural kind of attachment is because when I was a kid, I was bullied. I had depression. I experienced enough, you know, of trying to kill myself to the point where I blacked out. You know, and I had a taste. Maybe it's that kind of soul that I have where positive energy and then the close to death uh, syndrome, you can say, or scenario, or whatever, kind of attaches more. And when you go to these places and you got spirits and stuff that haven't, souls that haven't experienced that kind of love and kind of energy, positive energy, they're going to be more attached to that because they're used to feeding off the fear, feeding off the negativity. You know, you throw that positive energy in the room, man, you can shake a lot, and bring in a lot of that positive vibe through.
I agree. We're going to hit the chat room real quick because we do have some questions popping up there. Sherry Herrick asked, how did Santiago's filming or project go in Kentucky with the veterans?
Here's the deal, man. I have a movie called A Veteran's Homecoming that I wrote a script, and I took 5 stories of veterans' lives, and I put it in one character. And I believe a lot of the things. I'm an infantry veteran, man. I was in the military, and my family's been in this since World War II. And I lost friends through suicide. 22 veterans died a day of suicide. And we try to get that number down to 0. At the same time, I wrote this project, and then I had it co-writer out of Harrisburg, Kentucky, and Lexington, Kentucky, and Tom Van Neri. And we created this script. And what we want to do is we want to hire 90% of cast and crew of veterans. And we want to make this story not just to put it out in the public, but also to make enough money for as long as the movie makes money to help homeless veterans with PTSD, their families, a lot of stuff like that, to build a better lifestyle for a lot of these veterans that people don't know is that, you know, when they see them homeless, they think they're in drugs and all that, and it's not even that. You know, we lose jobs, we have PTSD where people don't understand us, and they see and know that there's more veterans that are homeless, and they attach themselves. Because when we get together as veterans, and we'll talk all day, it's like our life turned a switch. You know, we're happier, we're more motivated to talk, we have tears, and we get stuff out of our chest. You know, and you figure if you get a lot of veterans in together, not just for filming, but organize live events more instead of trying to put them into psychiatric offices and have personal one-on-one meetings. You put veterans in active military and 9/11, 911 response teams and people like that together in the live family events, you know, that we're trying to do with this movie, and tour it around, you know, like a Woodstock without the fireworks, but more about a family thing where we get to organize each other and know each other and save lives, man. A lot of these veterans don't know what to do after they get out. Some of them lose their mind just because they have no care and don't know how to get that care. So it's hard to get the money, man. You know, I have the website up, Facebook, and, you know, I have a Kickstarter. I couldn't even get $5,000 to do the trailer, and I wanted to pay the veterans. I wasn't making any money out of it. I just wanted to do a trailer to pay veterans and do interviews with it and give the movie a push. You know, and what I do is I also support every projects I do. I support independent small businesses first. So I'd rather turn down a Walmart contract for the movie and hire Joe's Burgers, you know, to put their name in the movie and have small investment with them and small towns and communities to create jobs and help a lot with the tourism and revenue and help the small towns, man. That's how Hallmark does it. You know, so why can't I do it?
You can, right. and networking, it's going to be a way to do it, and hopefully we can help push that, and some other people help push it through here. At least start sharing those events. Mama D Angel is already in the chat room on YouTube, sharing the links to all your stuff, and we'll do what we can to help. I mean, I can't promise a whole lot, but we'll do what we can.
Hey, that's it, baby. You know, network, man. Network. You create a family. You got to do it, and you build that family.
Networking is the best way to get around anything, because all these big old sites maybe say they're free, but they ain't free for anybody who wants to promote anything. They want you to pay them to promote it. So that's taken out of the coffer. So the best way to do it is for people like to spread the word, talk, run your mouths, do something you're good at, run your mouth.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
That's it, baby.
That's it.
There's a question in the chat, Jason. You want to get that one?
Where's Michelle Smothers asks, Where is it that I can access your movies again? I just got the Fire Stick and Netflix plus the list of movies.
Yeah, man. Well, Michelle Smothers, thank you for tuning in. I love you, Your Majesty, Your Greatness, my fulfillment. I'll just let you know that you can find all my stuff at all over. There's Hulu. You got Beast of the Water on Hulu. A lot of Your Worst Nightmares on Hulu. Amazon got Rosalie is on Amazon. Also Tubi. Tubi's a free kind of Netflix app that you can download, and you can watch Rosalie on there. You can watch Beast of the Water. They're both horror, paranormal movies. I also have stuff on Hallmark. JL Family Ranch on Hallmark. USA Network and so forth. You can check the IMDb and check it out, or my Facebook and social media. I post a lot of the links there too. On YouTube, I got stuff on YouTube. We're working a system here to try to get stuff more on YouTube.
There we go.
So are we, man. We're trying our best to get that YouTube thing going.
Right. Heck yeah!
You subscribe to us, you need to go subscribe to Santiago. I'm seriously, when you get a chance, as soon as you get done with the show, don't leave the show. Look at that handsome face up there, those two right there. You want to look at those two right now. But once these guys are done talking, go over to Santiago's page. If you're supporting us, please go there and like and subscribe to his. Make sure you hit the alert button so we get all the updates.
Nice.
I just sold another car, didn't I?
I was just going to say,
buddy.
sold another car.
That's to the road salesman.
That's right. Salesman of the year right there.
If you can't have fun with your friends, what's the point in having them?
You're great. You're fantastic. Don't worry, buddy. You're a good PR guy, and I love you.
I can run my mouth. That's the only thing I'm good at, running that big ass mouth of mine. And I also sucked up and made Mama D a moderator of the YouTube channel, so now she can post all the links. She couldn't post them before, but she's a godsend. If you ever do a show and you can have her in there to help you, she's our blessing. There's a reason why her name is Mama D Angel, because she saved our butts many a times. She is
a true angel. Yes, absolutely.
I love you, Mama D Angel.
Yeah, she'll find every one of your links, and they're posted in there, and she'll keep posting them too, so everybody can find them damn things. So she is a lifesaver. Thank you very much, Mama D. I got to throw props out to her every once in a while. Now I'll shut up and get you back to talk about Santiago.
That's a great thing about networking, man. You got to move it around, create that big family, that circle.
Heck yeah. And that's what Jay and I try to do. We run a bunch of different podcasts and shows, and we tell everybody at the beginning, post your links, post your stuff, post everything that you got. If you got a small business, if you've got a team, if you've got a podcast, if you got whatever, post it. That's how we do it, man. We share everything.
Sweet.
Heck yeah.
One big old
what
family.
About
it's functional, but a family.
Let's talk Walking Dead.
Yeah.
How'd you get on there? How did you get on there? A lot of people want to know.
Well, I have an agent, man. I've been on a lot of stuff before The Walking Dead, man. My career took off pretty good to do, from guest starring roles to featured roles, a whole bunch of stuff. And I was doing a miniseries in Louisville, Kentucky. I said the S in Louisville because we pay for it. I was raised that way. So Louisville, Kentucky. Anyway, I was in Louisville, Kentucky. And I was doing a miniseries for Fox. So my agent called me up and was like, "Hey, you're on The Walking Dead," and she was all hysterical and everything. I never saw the show, never knew anything about it. I don't know what the hell was going on. I saw maybe a 5-second commercial, another show about zombies, and clicked it, turned the page, turned the channel. Didn't think about it because I thought it was just comedy. Most of the zombie movies, besides Night of the Living Dead, was serious. Everything else was comedy. So, and I was like, The Walking what? And she goes, "You're on The Walking Dead, TV show about that." And I was like, "The zombie show?" So within a week, I was in Louisville, Kentucky, down to Georgia, and it was supposedly the whole deal was a guest appearance, feature role with a reoccurring role, and a lot of politics are involved in the show, but the cast and crew were fantastic. I played a little role, Julio, on it, and it took off, man. And from there, been filming and doing TV, off the hook, man, with my agent and in the independent world, because I support a lot of independent filmmakers out there, and I keep going.
Hell yeah!
What made you get into acting?
He's a character in his own right.
Right.
I meant it with love, bro.
Moi, a character? How dare you speak it to me like that? I am not a character. I am an actor.
You're whatever you want to be, brother.
Well, that's another segment of a show we need to work on then, okay? If you want to just talk about the true me, we can do it.
Oh, God, this is so wrong. This show can go so wrong so quick.
So, man, I always been the entertainer, man. Class clown in high school. I used a lot of being funny and as a man, it was like my defense mode for being bullied and stuff. So I always, took people's side of me dressing poor and all that stuff and being bullied. I'd start being jokes and funny, and people concentrate on that and make laughter. If I made you laugh, it felt better for me that way. I could just continue. So there was a time, man, where I was a paralegal in Nashville, went to school, got certified as a paralegal, did a lot of stuff, business wise. But I was always told, people was like, you need to be an actor. You're gonna be on TV. You're funny. You make people laugh, all constant stuff. And I was watching a freaking almost like an infomercial. You want to be an actor? And I was like, yeah. Are you ready for that lifestyle? Hell yeah. So I followed the website, man, and got me intrigued, and I was Googling around and got intrigued at the business aspect. If you're going to make a career change, you need to know the business first, how much it costs. You can't just, say, I'm going to be an actor and wear your freaking Jack Nicholson shirt and don't get hired nowhere, so, so that's what I did. I knew the business, knew what to do, where to go, how to find an agent, how to get camera ready, and just prayed about it, man, and got picked up. Dakota Fanning's agent was my first agent I got hired with, and Talent Track Agency in Nashville and Tennessee, and just kept on, man. And I've been nonstop, dude, for over 13 years doing TV and movies and hustling and not forgetting where the people that help me. I'll promote the independent world along with people that I've co-starred or worked with on TV and try to do it right,
Heck yeah. Mama D's comments there and saying, damn, he is smart and handsome.
Oh, Mama D, Your Majesty, you just keep buttering all the muffins. It's not, I am inside and my nipples are popping out of my chest, and you can't see because it's a black shirt. But let me tell you, Mama D, just call me Daddy C, and I will be there in the place to be and hug you and kiss on you for eternity. Because that's how we do it. Did this turn to a paranormal porn show again? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you can't mess up our shows. We do that.
Meanwhile, at Paranormal Mysteries live event. Oh my God! Did he just do a flip with that? Oh my God!
This is going to turn into a $29.99 subscription monthly.
Mama D just said he needs to do Stirring the Pot. That could be bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
we're gonna sell tickets on this. The rated R version is now available for ticket options.
That's right.
Well, Stirring the Pot's
the uncensored version.
Stirring the Pot's our Tuesday night show that is all comedy, and we talk about anything and everything. There's nothing off the table, but people can't be disrespectful to other people. They have to respect their opinion, their comments, but they can't disagree with them in discussion-wise. So we discuss anything and everything, and there's no boundaries with it. But we have fun doing it too. We have fun with it.
Hey, I'll tell you this: in paranormal news, I actually wrote a TV show that we fed to Netflix, and it's due for the paranormal world. And I created a concept where, not to give out too much of the thing, but the whole deal is for like 15% of the portions I make from the TV show go to the facility. We'll try to film at actual haunted facilities all across the United States first before we go global, and to give 15% of the revenue that I make off of it goes to that facility to help them pay their bills and keep it going and so forth. So it's called Smoke, and it's a paranormal investigation kind of show of my own paranormal superhero, where he's half human and half ghost, and there's more to it. So, we will film at actual haunted facilities, but it'll be a scripted show, like a regular TV show, like a superhero show, like Supernatural or whatever, dealing with the paranormal. And we will tell the story of why we're investigating there, to bring out the true or the legend of the facility, and not change the name of the facility, so to keep the tourism built. But at the same time, we do our own story that helps with the main character on it, and the reason why he's half ghost and half human.
Sounds interesting. Can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it on there,
dude. It is amazing. I wrote that during like dreams and events in my head, man. It just popped in there, and I created this character. And only a few people have read part of the script and were like, "What the hell were you dreaming?" I'm like, "Yeah, buddy."
I was just thinking the same thing. It's like, I don't know if I want to be in one of your dreams.
Dude, it's pretty cool. Of course, it's going to be supernatural, paranormal, and it'll have its ghosts and goblins and creatures. And but it is a fantastic thing that does all around.
Absolutely,
it's a good story and helps the places around and creates tourism again and revenue.
Heck
are
yeah!
Are you looking for locations, or are you actively filming now, or is it still in the pilot?
It's still, man, it is still just a script written with a pitch. I was even going to think of doing a GoFundMe and invite all the paranormal people in the world, that to pay for this thing. And of course, in Kickstarter, you can't say that you're going to, donate or do this money or whatever, some kind of for funding or whatever. But what I can do is, I was thinking of doing a Kickstarter and invite the paranormal world and keep their names and everything, and create the locations through that, through that feed, through that connection. But man, Alcatraz would be a site, that's one of my sites, Alcatraz. I like to do more through the state of Kentucky and Ohio, Southern Ohio too, because those are the hot spots, man. Those are pretty much a lot of hot spots.
Indiana and Ohio and Tennessee and West Virginia. That's it, right here in the Midwest has got a high concentration of paranormal activity for some reason.
That's the first time in the South is where I get a lot of the big activity, man, just because of the history.
Heck yeah. Jason's got a few contacts there too. Don't let him fool you, Santiago. Yeah, he's got shitloads of contacts. Look at him grin.
We'll get it going, brother.
Yeah, but the show. Right, yeah. Look, the way the show is, it's gonna deal with friends of mine from Sci-Fi Channel, friends of mine that I filmed films with, movies, independent companies. So I'm trying to keep it the cost level. People don't understand. To make a TV show and a movie, it does have to cost money, but it doesn't have to cost the millions and millions of dollars you think. Independent films and projects like that, you can make it. You still got to pay some, but you can make enough money if you can do it for $70,000 or less. You can work it and you can build a great project at the same time, and you can get that cost cheaper if you have friends that will help you. Instead of paying somebody to use their facility, maybe they can donate 6 hours to that facility, and we don't change the name, and we'll keep the name in the project. That way, and the credits. That way, people's like, oh my God, where's this coffee shop at? Oh, this is the coffee shop they filmed Santiago's movie or TV show in, and people go there, man, just because of that. I mean, it's been done with all these horror and action movies and love movies. You know, that's why people go to all these Hallmark towns, because they've seen it on Hallmark.
Hallmark exists? Shit. There's really a Hallmark channel? I thought that was just a joke. Shelly, don't remind me. Shelly says, I don't know if you really want to either, Jay, after the hotel bar back in October. I don't know what you're talking about. There. Well, that's we got to see you twice last year. Well, we got to see you at SilCon and then again at Paranormal Toledo. That was a good time. That was the best part of my year last year, those two events.
Yeah, I love it, man. Actually, I do a lot of conventions yearly. You know, so somehow people don't get tired of seeing me. I don't know. You know, so, but I do conventions that supported me and are just doing it, you know, for the, how do you say, the area around them, the community and so forth.
Well, it also keeps up good PR.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
PR
so SilCon is one of them. SilCon is definitely one I do every year.
Love that event.
Absolutely.
We've done every one of them but one. Me and Teresa missed one of them. This is the year before they took the break. We missed that last year there. But that was the only year that we've missed. We missed that one right there. But absolutely love SilCon. It's like Jason with the Paranormal Toledo up here at the Collingwood Arts Center. That one's, I don't know why they keep inviting me back, but as long as they keep inviting me back, my ass is going back. I love that.
That's a good time, baby. That's a good time.
Great location, great people, great event. Everything could not be any handled more professional or respectful. And I'm not just kissing Jason's arse either. I swear to God, I'm not.
A fantastic time. You know, the good part about it is you're with your peers, you know, and you can talk and you can connect and relate and build enough of your strength in your network to continue to support each other, man, and at the same time help a lot of these haunted facilities and attraction events build more. You know, that's why I hear it all the time. You need to go here. You need to go here. You need to do this. You need to, you know, and it's a good network, man. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was glad that we could, because I know you were getting ready because you did a lot of filming last year. And that was around the time that you were filming, so we were happy that you were able to come for that weekend to join us, for sure. But yeah, you were doing a lot of filming.
Yeah, I was filming a bootleggers TV show that's on YouTube, as a matter of fact, and I was filming Slaughtery in Arkansas, and yeah, man. So I was traveling a lot, and at the same time, I do a lot of independent wrestling events. So nice. and I also been writing my follow up to Zombified. It's an award-winning book, and Zombified, the Headhunter book, and it's crazy because I'm over here reading the actual book I wrote because I got to refresh my own mind, and it's going through. It's about a virus. Apocalypse, you know, and all this stuff started like in 2020. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell did I now? So what the hell did I just wrote like 4 years ago? What?
Yeah, that's right. That is definitely right now with all the excitement in the world right now. It's definitely put a big crimp on a lot of things. I mean, me and Jason were talking about that the other day. I miss the events, but I'm also kind of enjoying the downtime because we were booked like 3 out of 4 weekends this month. We were going to be on the road, and
wow.
I'm kind of enjoying the getting to be home, but I'm also after about the second weekend of it. I'm like, I want to be on the road. I'm bored. I'm ready to go. Let's go have some fun. Let's go see some people. You're not.
I'm telling you, man. I'm ready. I've been. I got filming projects, a lot of conventions, and you know, I was pushing the big anti-bullying movement this year, and trying to help schools out, along with a lot of Comic-Cons. And so, man, it's crazy. It's for being an independent contractor, a self-owned kind of guy. You know, you do what you can, and you try to hustle around. But when it stops, man, it sinks. It sinks.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's why you got to know the business. Know the business first before you think about anything else.
That's Jason's part. I just run my mouth. He's the brain. I'm the mouth.
What are you? Is there anything you can tell us about 2020 if things start picking back up? Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see anywhere on the TV, man?
We're promoting Slaughtery. They're gonna start. They're doing the editing right now, and I don't know if I still got to film anymore. But as you can see with my facial hair, I'm gonna start filming. I'm actually had to grow all this out. I'm gonna start filming with a friend of mine, Rick Prince from Sci-Fi's Face Off, Sci-Fi Channel's Face Off, and with Rashad Santiago. We did Beast of the Water together, and we are gonna do a apocalypse zombie TV show, and
Gotcha.
we're gonna do a little feedback for the Julio character, and at the same time, we got some other stuff that we're gonna attract it to, and it's gonna be some kind of, we want to call it a fan film, but it's actually a pitch to AMC to do a sideshow for the Walking Dead stuff. And we'll see how it goes. And if it don't, we just change the name, and we don't. We're gonna do a lot of stuff to change it around and actually feed it to be an actual TV show people can watch. You know, so I mean, it's got a great legs on it. And along with that, man, I was trying to get a Green Lantern fan film to help children with cancer and children who are sick and their families. You know, like. The superhero deal that they do a lot in these conventions. So I wrote a script called The Last Light, and it's like a Green Lantern film that I want to put it out there to conventions and help raise money. No, for no gain. It's just to raise money for these families that donate, you know, to these different organizations that bust their butt, man, and try to save lives.
And there's a lot of them out there that need help. And especially now.
Now I do want to say, if you guys ever see these people, man, they're everyday Americans, man, that dress up like Thor. There'll be a person working 9 to 5, and then the whole weekend they're dressed like Thor, Wonder Woman, and all these cosplayers, and at the same time they're doing the promotional, the marketing, and not getting a lot of the money, and it's mostly a lot of their own donations. So you got to support them, man. Got to check them out.
Do you work with specific fundraising companies, or?
I work with anybody anybody, man. I work with anybody that's very, after, you know, we look into it and make sure they're legit. We work with anybody that does that, and we make sure that it goes there. My brother does that. He does for Children of Ohio, Superheroes, I think it's called, for Ohio. And he has that going up in Cleveland area and so forth. And, you know, they're that town that they close down the town and do a whole superhero scenario where Batman catches the Joker, you know, and the kids help out and so forth. But, you know, that's just part of what I do to give back, along with veterans, at the same time help, you know, stop this depression and crazy things that's going on in the world, man.
Right. Yeah, a lot of our guys on the SWAT team, a couple times a year, we'll go to the children's hospital, and they rappel down the side as like Batman or Spider-Man or stuff like that, and then go in and do stuff with the kids. So yeah, I definitely get it. I think it's great.
It's awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It's absolutely awesome. If I could do any of that stuff, I would, but I don't know. Fat man like me down repelled down the side is not a superhero.
Now
I'll be screaming like a girl.
I got a Superman thong. Let me tell you, it's got a little cape in the back where when I run real fast, I like to look at myself in the treadmill, seeing it bounce up and down, you know, flap its, you know, little
Is it when you run real fast, or is it when you fart real hard?
You know, that's just unbelievable. Yeah, when I fart, let me tell you, it vibrates. There's a couple times where it just blew right off. And I had to get a sewing kit, you know, the 50-cent ones you get there at dollar store. You don't want to go any further than that. And I just sewed it back in, you know. It's pretty good. It got little rips on it because of the wind, you know, but it'll work just fine. But for $10.99, I can pose on it.
With racing stripes.
Got a little. Got a little wear and tear to it.
Oh my God!
Oh God, this is gonna south so quick. I tell you what, we gotta Jason keep control, son.
Right.
Hey, just to let you know, I do. Once we get going, you know, you guys, because of all this, the schedule kind of cleaned out for me. So if you guys out there in the paranormal world want to book me to come to a couple of events or whatever, you know, all we do is pretty much what I do is I just ask for the get this thing set up, and whatever you want to invite me, we work a deal. I don't charge people. I just need a place to crash, you know, stuff like that. But you know, the business aspect we'll talk about. But I do a lot of paranormal investigations with a lot of great people out there in the world. And if you guys want to do a haunting in a certain place, and give me a holler, man, and I'll be more than happy to join the club and see what we can do.
So you're gonna I can tell you as a promoter and as a runner of a paranormal convention, you're so easy to work with, brother. I mean, you really are. Like I said earlier, your energy and what you bring is to me is it's hard to find a lot of times these days. And being a promoter and having a convention that's trying to raise money, just like you were talking about, everything that we do at the Paranormal Toledo for the Collingwood Arts Center goes back to that building. None of us make a dime off of it. And to work with guys and people like you, man, it makes it so much easier. So yeah, if you are planning a convention or planning any kind of paranormal event, and hit him up, because so easy to work with and such a great person, man. You're doing the right things, and I support you 100%, man. Jay and I and LEP Productions support you 100%, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
But now when the asshole flips the script the other way, he just talking about how he goes all these paranormal events and has investigated with some of the best out there. The hell he investigated with us. Paranormal Mysteries crew yet. Until you've investigated with the Paranormal Mysteries crew, you ain't had a good time investigating.
Oh, here we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like we just scheduled an upcoming event, ladies and gentlemen. And get ready for further news.
I guarantee it'll be in a location either in Indiana or western Ohio, probably northwestern Ohio.
Let's do it, man. You can do that anywhere possible. Just get the work done.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Just there last year.
And this year's the 5th annual Paranormal Toledo. So
yeah,
I think I know a guy that needs somebody. So
I think I know a setup that needs to possibly happen here for long to do a little fundraising for some people and help out some good causes. And like I said, you say you've been with some of the best in the business. You ain't been with Paranormal Mysteries crew yet, buddy. You'll find them.
Hey,
he may not be the best in the business, but I guarantee you we're the funnest in the business.
There it is. I'm in there. I am in there like Prego.
I wrote that in there for a bunch of people get their little selves all butt hurt. We may not be the best, but we damn sure are the funnest.
That's right.
We like to do things like, I don't know, stick each other like, oh man, that room freaks me out. Really? But then you got to go there by yourself and see how long you can take it. And we're going to film you while you do it.
That's funny.
We torture the hell out of each other if we get the chance. It's just part of the fun.
It is. Hey, I go in there and I mean, of course it's usually a weekend deal, 2 days, whatever. And, along with the knowledge and everything the business is set aside, and we have a great time socializing. We have a great time.
Absolutely. And like I say, we do keep things very respectful though, because they are the spirits of somebody that's grandmother, mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, whatever. And they are to be treated with dignity and respect, unless they get disrespectful themselves. Then that's like when we was in a prison, my wife goes in there and is there anybody here like to speak to us? I'm like, really? You're in prison. Who talks like that in jail? Like they're going to talk to you. Get out of here. Jason, play like you're a CO. And he's got that. Then you need to match your environment sometimes. You need to match your environment sometimes. It's not
That's
being.
all you need is one of them special prisoners that come out. Hey, did you call me?
Right.
Who the heck is this? Is this Al Capone? No, this is Alfredo Capone. This guy come on and let me tell you some stories of some tight little situations I've been in.
I would have stopped right there. Jason, stop me. You're in charge. This could go so sideways.
So for people to get a hold of you, they want you to come to a convention. They want you a part of a paranormal experience or something like that. Again, how do they get a hold of you? Just on your social media?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you can always contact Santiago Cirilo via Facebook. There is that Instagram, and you can tweet me on Twitter, and you can also email me, Santiago Cirilo at yahoo.com. That's Santiago Cirilo at yahoo.com.
Love
Heck
it.
Yeah.
Sherry Herrick said in the chat room, I'm thinking, what's the minimum/maximum auction amount for an evening with Santi? I need a handsome guy accompany me to my 50th high school reunion. And we're now, Jason, you will be the auctioneer. Let's start taking bids.
Hey, 500. Let's go 500. Oh, very much.
You don't want to start that because we will pimp you out.
Right, we'll get you your money.
We will pimp your ass out.
We'll get you your money.
It's getting to that point. Let me tell you. It's getting to that point. I mean, I'll wax my nipples for you. I'll make sure, as for sure, that I shave and make sure no bristles hurt you.
For as funny as he is, Jason can be a very good, shrewd businessman, man. He could make sure you get a good deal.
That's right. No, seriously, we can't thank you enough for joining us, brother. You're like I said, you're one of a kind, man, and you always light up the room. We got a ton of people in here that are talking about wanting to donate and wanting to do different things. Hopefully that all works out. Like I said, I will contact you about Paranormal Toledo for this year, and we'll talk about some other stuff. I think that we can. I think we can help you. I think we can work with you and make some things happen, man. I thank you for taking your Sunday afternoon and hanging out with us, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Man, I appreciate it. You guys are fantastic human beings, man. And again, thank you for the opportunity to tell a little bit about my story, not whether it's paranormal world or the entertainment biz, especially for the Haya Nation, to stop bullying, stop suicides. And again, this is from kids to adults. And we try to tell you, believe in yourself, be you, follow your dreams, never give up. If you're going through depression, if you're going through suicidal thoughts, man, seek somebody that will talk to you. I'm not here to try to tell you to go see a doctor. People think you're a shrink or need a shrink, and people think you need professional help. And it's always good to connect with somebody who believes in you and to sit down and just listen to you and help you out, man. Because me going through this paranormal stuff, I was listening to voices. I was seeing things that are unexplainable, and then I got to meet people like yourselves out there in the paranormal world. It was like, hey, man, you were never crazy. It's eased so much of the questions and the hysteria that I had in my life, and it eased it to know that people like you guys that are involved in this business helped me. It released so much stress. It helped me, sleep better. I mean, you can imagine the things that I went through as a child to a teenager, and didn't want to say anything, and feel like you're locked down in a closet or in a dark space. People think you're crazy if you open up. And with the paranormal world and all these different things that I'm involved with, man, it helps me understand that I can network with my own peers to answer questions and bring it out, and whether it's depression, whether it's a question about what's going on in your life, you know, always seek somebody that will understand you and know you and will speak with you and ease a lot of that heavy weight that you have.
Amen.
Hi, yeah, brother.
Amen.
Hi, yeah, baby.
There we go.
Always and always a nation of one. Hi, yeah.
I didn't know if I was allowed to hi-ya or not, whether you got that patented or not.
Hey, as long as you could go out and yell it, scream it, mumble it, hum it, do whatever it takes to get that negativity out of your life. You know, sometimes it might be gas. You might have to push a little gas into it. You know, but anyway.
So, I love it.
Hi, yeah, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys, man. Live life, follow your dreams, and always be you, man. Hi-ya Nation way.
Absolutely. Jason, we're going to get the hell out of here. We appreciate all you guys listening, tuning in. Like I said, all the links are in the chat. Go back through that later, scroll through there. Click all the links for Santiago that Mama D put in there. Go follow him. Go stalk you on all those. Be kind. Help out. Give when you can, but don't hurt yourself in the process. Y'all have a great week and stay safe. Jason, it's on you, bub.
See you guys again. Thanks a lot. And hi, yeah, man. Hi, yeah.
Hi-ya!